Spirit Talker, Spoken Wisdom. We're going to talk about the spiritual story of heaven's gates. See, the Most High didn't have a gate before. And, Jesus came and gone as he chose. But the day that Jesus trusted us, he sacrificed his life for us. And I know that's what everybody's stuck on, talking about him sacrificing, giving his life for us. The question is, what did we do to guard him? Us as angels on earth, when our first responsibility is the guardian of Jesus, the Most High. When he comes to earth, he may not have a kingdom. He may not want a castle. He walked amongst his people as a brother, not as our Lord, to show us that he can be born through a womb without a father, because his father, himself, is back up in heaven. He came as one of us, as Jesus, and walked amongst us. Understand that. And he trusted that he was willing to carry that cross. And I'm only saying this, I'm speaking of the story that I've been programmed as a Black American in America, okay? Based on how God told me not to believe in what to believe and what's bullshit. But let's just go with the flow. So, I got all them naysayers. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. Because if I was there, I would have been carrying that cross and I would have been fucking somebody up for fucking with Jesus. Plain and simple. And then he trusted us. And that was misplaced trust. And the Most High, back up in heaven, he put a gate up. And he put Jesus in charge. And what he said to himself, the Most High spoke to himself as Jesus, be aware of the devil in sheep's clothing. Meaning within his flock of followers or pretend to follow, there's the devil in there. Don't trust everybody because they seem to be the same. You got to cleanse the devil out your life. And that is a negative spirit. If God was to download you right now and read everything about your spirit and all the things how you feel, even if you did not do, but you supported it. You supported it. What would he get? Would he allow you into heaven? Would he allow you into heaven? That's what I want to know. Do you believe that? And if you don't believe that, because right now, President Trump, it's a media out there where this man don't think he's going to heaven, but yet y'all follow a man that's not even trying to lead you back to heaven. The ignorance he is doing becomes your ignorance. Please, remember all your red hats. Remember all them Trump supporters. Okay, because this ignorant, God will remember. When you stand in front of heaven's gate, you better start cleansing yourself of the ignorance that you carried of another man. For what? For financial gain? What have you gained? This man is willing to starve you. This man is doing business on behalf of America and making money off of. He is selling America for a profit. This is crazy. The ignorance of society is baffling. It really does. It's not surprising. It really isn't. Me growing up and raised in foster care, one of the first things you do, you got to learn how to trust people. But before you trust them, that means you don't trust them. And you know that feeling of when you don't trust something and when you do trust something. And if you don't know that, and it's all the same to you, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're a human being, you're a spiritual being. There are two different beings. One being is the forever being. Listen to that being. That is your spiritual being. That is the Spirit of God. Listen to it. Two things it knows about you. God knows about you. What you think and what you sense. Only you and God know what's going on. And when you get more in tune to that, You understand? God did not put us on this earth to like each other. I'm not supposed to like you. You're not supposed to like me. That's not how we're supposed to approach each other. I'm supposed to find myself within you. If I like how I feel, then I like you. If I don't like how I feel, then what the fuck? Why am I even around you? You gotta understand, you gotta learn how to see yourself in others. You're a different person with your mother than you are with your father. Do you know the difference in them two beings and how they act? Okay, you're a different person in your home than you are out your home. Do you know the difference in that person? You're a different person with your brother than you are with your sister. What is the difference about you? It's not about them. Okay, it's about you. Do you know how to see you? And that's inside your home before you even leave your house. Because if you cannot see who you are inside your own home from the different beings inside your home, when you have more than enough time to really get to know yourself, you'll never find yourself outside of your house. And it starts from birth. I learned myself from many different ways. 6 different men in my life bring 6 different selves out of me. I knew who I was with each and every one of them. I know the one I'm glad I'm not am. I'm glad the one I became. But I know the ones, all the different ones between. And guess what? They all part of me. Do you know you? I know me. I know what the things I want to allow around me. Now it has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with me. I don't go around you because I don't like me. And I don't like me because I feel a fakeness about you. And I don't like fakeness. When I feel myself inside you, I feel you not being real with me. I don't got time for that. I don't got time for that. And I'm not going to take time to explain that. So it'd be denial. No, that's not what, no, I know. I know how people feel my energy when I'm around them. That is part of who I am. And when people don't know how to handle themselves or feel comfortable with me, I'm getting the fuck away from them. That shit ain't cute. Grow the fuck up. Seriously. Understand who you are. Be comfortable with who you are. Understand that. You got to earn that trust. If you don't trust yourself, how in the hell am I going to trust myself inside of you? If you don't trust yourself, meaning you wishy-washy, and all of a sudden I meet you and I feel my energy, I'm like, whoa, what's up with that? What's up with that? I'm an empath. I'm a true empath. And I ain't going to say nothing to you. Be you. Be all you can be. It just ain't me. Be all you can be. It's just not me. So I step from it. I walk from it. I leave it. Don't get mad. Okay? Come on. You know how many people I know that's still scared of me like I'm 16 years old? And guess what? Half of the time I whoop somebody's ass, it wasn't for me. It was for a family member, a friend. Me? Nobody fuck with me directly. But I go put people in check for my family. I was that Superman of my family and my friends. And still, some of the people I put in check, they look at me today like, whoa, dude, that's 30 years ago. Let that shit go. Okay, I don't even know what the fuck I put you in check about. Tell you the truth. Okay? And then, ready? Now, how many family and friends did I do that for? We know, don't we? And then ask yourself, damn nigga, how do they treat you? You should be that nigga. You should be that boy, right? You was there for me, man. When I needed you, you know, that nigga was fucking my girl and you came over and put that nigga in check for me. Damn. You was there for me. How many stories I got like that? Huh? How many superheroes was I to females because that boy whooping their ass? Huh? Come on. At the end of the day, family and friends, whew, I know where my foes is. There ain't too many foes. Nobody ever came directly to fuck with me. I know who my foes are. They're in front of me. But I always got the knife in my back. I'm supposed to be smiling about that? No. I got done being tired of that. You know, I want to hang out in the clubs, be cool, walk up, feel a nigga, can't turn my back on a nigga. Okay, no, I don't play with that shit no more. I hit you in your fucking throat. But I'm a nice guy. I'm not like that. I get paid to fight. I will hunt you. You understand that? I sell the best product in the world. Freedom. So I don't mess around with that. You'll be calling me for your freedom. For Freeman bail bonds. Trust me. But that's a whole nother side of me. There's many different levels of me. And people want to say they know me. You don't know me. You know of me. I never allow nobody to truly get to know me. I know myself for so many years. Who I am is a very complex person. You may know one part of me. You may met one part of me. One side of me. I'm born in a city, raised in the country. Some of my country friends don't know I'm from the city, and some of my city friends don't know nothing that I know about anything about the country. So how can they say they know me? Then some of my friends don't even know I was in foster care. My children don't even know that. You understand that? And how many conversations have I had with them about that? And if you haven't, in any perspective, not just that, I love how I was raised. I went through my apprenticeship at a very young age, very much aware. My mother raised me like a soldier. When you learn how to wake up in the middle of the nighttime and you don't have your mommy or your daddy there to chase the monsters away or check that monster underneath the bed, and your foster parents got too many kids to be coming down there wasting their time on that, guess what you do? You suck it up. You understand that? When you got an older brother, you never had a brother before, and this older brother think he can kick your ass, and he is kicking your ass for a little while. All right. And guess what? You learn how to handle yourself. When you got 10 other boys around you, okay, and I'm talking about we had blanket parties, okay? New kid come in, somebody, thank God I was the first kid there. I gave more than I got. But guess what? You understand? Got to understand who you are. Having that many brothers, I know myself in each one of my foster brothers. I know myself in my foster brothers better than I know myself within my real brothers. And even when me and my real brother got the opportunity to know each other now, we don't. But we want to put so much strength on family. The first thing God taught me about family, let him go. When he sent his son down here, Jesus, he came down here as Jesus. Jesus didn't have no family. His daddy was up in heaven. His true father, the same spirit that Jesus got, we got. And his stronger, because he don't have no father on earth. He fostered a relationship with a man and called him father, but he did not come from that man's seed. That's the miracle. He got a mother, two fathers, live one life. But guess what? Jesus got one mother, one father, and he lived his life, but we did not guard him for the harm that came to him. That's why I'm disappointed in. We have to live and be better guardians. We are poor fathers. I had 6 of them, and my biological father, I don't know that man. I met him, and then he passed, and I have a lot from him, and I thank him. He was, based on what I heard of him, he was a bad man. Beat out Paul Warfield's track record. Roy Frazier's, my uncles, he used to handle my uncles. Okay, I grew up, I had to become my uncle, I had to handle my uncles. I miss my uncles. They are my guardian angels over me now. They watched my mother, their sister, till the day they died. Aaron Freeman and George Freeman. But again, and guess what? Both of them were my foster fathers. I lived with both of them as a foster child. They took me in. I am part of them. What I learned from them, I am them. The professional side of me is my Uncle George Freeman. The hard areas in me is my Uncle Aaron. The logic, highly intelligent, degree in psychology, but never did nothing with it. Knew everything. Everybody in our family came to that man for some advice. He'll make you feel stupid as hell, but make you think. Make you think. My other 4 foster fathers, amazing men, whooped my ass. I learned the difference between a foster child whooping and a biological child whooping. And we did the exact same deed. Why is his whooping softer than my whooping? Why did I get hit more times than him? And why am I on punishment longer than him? Damn. And then I learned the difference between, being a foster child and people knowing that you're a foster child, outside people and people inside that home. Kids, they harsh. They sit there and say stuff. They harsh. They say they love bullshit. Your fake family, your foster family, your foolish family. Nobody wants you, blah, 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 right? It's not even about that. That shit made me hard. I'm good. Right? It's the kids inside the home, the biological children. They are some of the most meanest and nastiest kids in the world. Okay? They don't want you around. And I understand that. I tell them, thank you for sharing your mom and dad. And they shared it without any asking. So yes, you got to see both sides of it. If you cannot see both sides of it, then you're a lost fool. And that's one thing I learned as a foster child. I had a foster mother, 5 of them. None of them hold a stick to my mother. My mother allowed me to call other women foster mom, foster. She even said to her, how's your foster family? She asked me. She didn't act mean towards them, mad towards them. And then when that ended time when I could be matured enough and wanted to chastise my mother, I said, man, why you leave me so long in foster care? That wasn't your foster parents. That was your babysitters. I said, yeah, Mom. Why you leave me so long at the babysitters? You never came and got me from the babysitters. And guess what? System of society not allowing a woman, a black woman, to mature, to have, to provide, to do for herself, not even allowing a woman to have a relationship. Do you understand what the welfare system has done to the African-American relationship? They pay a woman $100, $150 so the man won't live inside a home, so that we can fill out that paperwork and say, no, he doesn't live there. We get an extra $100, extra $150. So they broke your relationship. They broke us from even desiring to have a relationship because we have to kill that thought for that money we get paid. They paid us not to be able to union, to have a true union. And I don't care about a white man's marriage. Okay, again, I don't want to marry a woman. I want a lady in my life. And guess what? As long as I know I honor and respect her in the eyes of God, any female I've ever touched, I treat her like a lady. That's the daughter of God. And every female know that woman in them can kiss my fucking ass. Don't bring that woman to me. If you ain't done being a woman, ain't nothing. I tell God every day I can't stand his daughter in her woman stage. He laughed. He says, why? Because I said a bitch got too much man in her. He laughed. And you can tell any woman that. They'll laugh. They know. That man is what God won't let inside heaven. No woman or no man will go inside the gates of heaven. When you will not let a man inside your home, God ain't gonna let a man inside heaven, nor a woman. So when you understand that, and it's intent, because man and woman did not supposed to union. We did not supposed to lie together. God never imagined that a man and a man would lie together. But guess what? That's a child of man. It's not even for me to say if it's okay for a man and man to lie together or not. That is not me. I don't judge on that. And guess what? God don't give a fuck about man's child. Man's child is a man and woman. Man allows his child to go cut on himself and become a woman without even being a father to tell him not to do that, to give him what he needs. The stability, mentally, emotionally. God created you this way, stay this way. He felt this is what my seed supposed to make you into a male, then what the hell you want to be a girl for? And I'm not here to judge, it's none of my business. If they cut it on it and they give you pills to change it, this shit ain't natural. You want it to be natural. And if it ain't natural, guess what? It's not godly. If they make a human being out of a petri dish and it grows a whole fetus, but it's not inside a woman's womb, eating from her flesh, she is a goddess. She has enough of God's spirit in her to bear life, to bring life. Okay, but that is a moment in time when God connects with it. If it doesn't come from a woman's womb, it's not performed in a woman's womb, then it's not godly. That's my opinion. I'm not judging nobody. You done it, you've been through it, whatever it may be. That's between you and God. But you gotta understand, we are parents. It seems like man has sold his child for profit. He wants his guns over his children. He wants his toys over his children. He'll send his children off to war. And a woman allows it. That's why I know that's the marriage of man, the child of man is ignorant. And when a woman allow man to bring harm to her child on earth, because he's just the father to that child on earth. Doesn't matter if he's the biological father or not. Our job, if we got a woman in our life and we got a man and woman, they got a child together, guess what? That's a union based on a marriage of a contract on earth, okay? Guess what? He's supposed to parent, provide, and protect. You know, what you already get that as long as you commit to a gentleman. You get that when you desire a gentleman. Because that is the oath. Man will break that. When he want to divorce, he'll go divorce. A gentleman, no, he cannot ever divorce that. He can never divorce what he honors to God. Because if he divorced what he honors to God, come on, he going to where? Hell. You understand that? And hell, it's not so much a destination. It's the disconnection of your spirit. When you cannot connect to your spirit, you are in hell. Understand that. Spirit Talker, have a blessed day.
8. Check it. Look. Seeing the devil's shadow on your block, and you don't just turn your back. You give him a nod. You throw him a salute. That's the real sin. It's a sin to stand for the wolves, to make excuses for the snakes. It's a sin to roll with the predators, the ones who violate the family, the ones who plant seeds of hate in their young, till it grows into violence. Any man who disrespected a queen, a sister, a daughter, any woman on this earth. See, this ain't no simple mistake. This is seeing the devil plain, face to face, and instead of sending him back to hell, you pull him up a chair. You let him kick it at your table. And when you cast your vote with that corruption, when you stand with that evil a man, a movement, a broken system, you macking a choice, you sign in your name in blood. You ain't just tripping. You picking a side in the war. You choosing the predator over the child. You backing the lie over the truth. You standing with the hate that kills over the love that builds. That's the sin. Knowing the devil's grin and calling him your homie. So I gotta ask, where you stand? 8. Stop. Let him know. Know thyself. Then see the false claims fall. You know of me. That don't mean you know me at all. You never broke bread, never asked about my mom's dog. Then you don't know me. Stop the fraud. Let a lie like that live. Let the devil claim you as his child. Nah. Spirit Talker. Subscribe to Talk to My Spirit on YouTube. Spirit Talkers, spoken poetry. Once you know yourself, you won't let anyone falsely claim to know you. Because knowing of me is not the same as knowing me. So don't claim to know me if you've never taken the time to break bread, to speak, to ask how my mother is doing, to allow someone to falsely claim you. It's like the devil calling you his child. Spoken poetry by Spirit Talker. Please subscribe to Talk to My Spirit on YouTube. Damn, here we go again. 8. Check it. I penned these words for the misunderstood. It's a war outside, but first, Know yourself. Once you do, you see the game. You see them putting claims on your name. But knowing of me, that's just the headline. It ain't the story. You claim you know me. Did we ever break bread together? Share a meal, share a struggle. Did you ever look a brother in the eye and ask, how's your mother's Darlene? Nah. So you don't know the weight I carry. You just know the name. Crazy D assuming I haven't heard you say that name. And to let that lie stand, that's like letting the devil himself claim your soul. It's a betrayal of everything we're fighting for. Stay strong. Spirit Talker. Real talk. Subscribe to Talk to My Spirit on YouTube. Spirit Talker spoken poetry. This ain't for everybody. Hold up. Listen. This sacred union, a divine transmission. Forbidden for the random, the casual connection. Creation of a life. Man, pay attention. It's a mountain of weight, a responsibility. A sacred gift, not some frivolity. Yeah, a sacred gift. You hear the cadence. It's only for the real when the character's proven. An honest lady, a righteous gentleman moving. This is an oath to God, straight from the soul. Not a signature signed on a judge's control. Nah, not a judge. 'Cause what you see out there, that's a different creation. A contract for the courts, a church corporation. They call it honor, but it's honor in quotation. It's man's laws, man and man's religion. A system of names, a legacy's plight. Just to honor a last name and keep the bloodline tight. That's their system. So keep that union sacred. Don't you let it be defiled. It's for the lady and the gentleman. The rest, that's just the world's profile. Yeah, spirit spits. They ain't ready for this one. Spirit Talker's spoken poetry. The spark of the female. Yo, in the beginning, it was just a one-no split, no shade, no halfway done. The 100%, the source, the all before the rise, before the fall. Then boom, spirit breathed, and the female came through. 40% divine, forged in truth, grace in her roots, power in her view. But don't get it twisted, the male ain't control. It's the 10% charge that ignites her soul. Not to own, not to tame, but to spark that flame. To awaken the gifted G in her name. Girl, goddess, glory in disguise. The womb of man with fire in her eyes. She ain't broken, she's built for the climb. Waiting for the match to strike divine time. When the 40 meets 10 and the gift gets lit. She mirrors the source, yeah, that's it. Back to the 100, full circle, no lie. Creation reborn, spirit amplified. GRRR, let it ride.
Spirit Talker's Q&A session. Question: why isn't a marriage blessed by God? Something to think about. If you won't let a man nor a woman inside your home, then why would God bless a marriage of man's child? You ask me to speak on marriage, and I will tell you why God turns his face away from a union that the world calls holy. A man and a woman stand before a preacher. The father gives his daughter away. The man takes her last name. The world sees a wedding. But God? God sees a transaction. He sees the child of man being given by one man to another, knowing full well that the covenant is a mask for a simple, brutal truth that this man will now fuck her. This is not a marriage. This is a ownership. This is the soil of man, and from it no blessing can grow. God did not create his daughter, a goddess in temporary flesh, to be befouled. He did not breathe his spirit into her to be treated as a vessel for the base desires of a man who sees her as a prize, a possession, or a body to be used. God wants his daughter to receive love, not the fuck of man. He wants her to be honored, not used. He wants her to be seen as a soul, not claimed as a name. So what union does God bless? It is when you stand before the Most High, not as a man and a woman. These are just temporary forms. shells of the child of man. You must stand as a male angel and a female goddess. You are divine spirits first, who have taken on flesh to fulfill a sacred contract. The male angel is a protector, a provider of spirit, a channel of God's strength and integrity. The female goddess is life itself, a vessel of God's creative wisdom and boundless love. When a male angel and a female goddess join, their purpose is not to fulfill a social contract. It is not to carry on a name. Their union is a living prayer. Their coming together is an act of worship, a fusion of their divine missions to reflect God's love and power on this earth. This is the purpose of life itself. To live is to fulfill your divine purpose, not man's purpose, not your father's purpose, not society's purpose. Your life is a single, holy note in a symphony composed by God. To live for anything less than your divine role is to be out of tune with all of creation. So do not ask God to bless the union of a man and woman. Ask for the strength to become the angel and the goddess. Ask for the clarity to see that sacred purpose in another, and build your union on that altar. Then and only then will the heavens open, for you are no longer living as children of man. You are living as the children of God, a gathering of souls. The Spirit Talker's fire. You have questions. I have seen them burning in your eyes, felt them in the silent spaces between your words. You walk through this world carrying burdens that need a name and mysteries that demand a key. The time has come to lay them down. This is the Spirit Talker's fire, a place of truth, not comfort, a place of revelation, not opinion. You are invited to ask your question. Leave it in the comments below or send it to the sacred space of my email. I will see it. I will receive it, and I will take it into the silent wilderness of my spirit where I speak with God. This is my vow to you. When you ask me a question, I will not give you a human answer. I will not offer you my personal opinion. As a man, as a gentleman walking my own path, I can care less about the choices of another. I do not judge you. I do not condemn you. My opinion is dust in the wind, but as a messenger of God, I am a clear channel. I will take your question, and I will hold it up to the divine flame. What I speak back to you will not be my truth. It will be the message I receive for you. The answer may be a balm to your soul. It may be a fire that burns away your illusions. It may be a hard truth that you did not wish to hear. So, I say this now, with love and absolute clarity, do not be mad at the messenger. Understand the message. The truth is not always soft. It does not always bend to our desires, but it is always the key to your next step on the path. Adults only. The wisdom that flows from this stream is for those strong enough to drink from it. So come, bring your weight, bring your confusion, bring your deepest, most burning why. Ask your question. I am listening. Spirit Talker, spoken, wisdom,